Do you struggle with your thoughts as a creator? Like, no matter what you do, when you have a idea that you think is good, for some reason, you suddenly think of some sort of issue. You have these sudden bouts of doubt and self-criticism. I live in a semi-truck, and so it can be very limiting when I'm trying to create something myself. I'll be driving for hours, thinking of all the possibilities and ideas that pop up in my head. And whenever I come up with something good, I feel like I always discover something that's wrong with it, and I end up just tossing it out. Creation needs space, room to breathe, so that the idea that you have can expand into a piece of art. Feeling isolated and actually being isolated are actually two different things. Isolation can be great when it comes to forming ideas, developing motivation, in order to really create something new. When you separate yourself from distractions and you let your mind just wander by itself, you start to discover that you create some amazing ideas. You have some amazing thoughts that pop up, and it's really motivating. Whenever that happens, you get super excited, you get super motivated and pumped up to create something, right? You get alone, finally, and all of a sudden all these thoughts just flood in. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. However, when you feel isolated, it can cause disruptions with how you're feeling, about your ideas. You start to feel disrupted and lost, maybe confused. You end up recycling every idea that comes into your head endlessly, over and over and over. Recycle, redo, right? Never coming to a decision for what you want to make, and leaving you ultimately feeling disappointed and frustrated. You don't need to be stuck in this loop. What you should do is change your setting. That's all you really have to do. Setting is everything. I've mentioned this in other videos as well. It can determine whether you follow through with an amazing idea and actually create something, or it can be the ultimate deciding factor on if you throw it away and you just stay in that loop and you just stay going back over everything. If you're stuck inside, like me, try to step outside. Sit in silence and take in the world. Take deep breaths and let yourself relax. Take your mind off creation just for a minute and give yourself some time to reset. Give yourself that room, give yourself that space and that time. I tend to be really hard on myself to make something perfect. I made a video about that if you want to check that out. I talk about perfection and how you shouldn't go looking for it. If that interests you at all, you should go ahead and check it out. But what I really want you guys to take from this video is not to put so much pressure on yourselves. If you are a creator, if you're someone who wants to make something and be a contributor to this world by, putting a piece of you into the world. If you're one of those people, I know you get stuck in this spot in your mind where you get stuck in that loop. And really it's just out of anxiety. It's out of pressure. And I just really want y'all to give yourselves that space. Don't be so hard on yourselves. Don't be so focused on perfection. Don't be so focused on just like making everything exactly how you want. This video, there's plenty of things. Plenty. I can make a whole list on all the things that I just have really not liked about this video. I've gone off a script here to help me kind of stay in line with my ideas, and now I'm kind of like just going off the dome, right? Because I like to talk to y'all. That's what I'm really trying to do, but I want to stay on point at the same time, if that makes sense. So I know that you guys have felt this way, and I'm hoping some of y'all feel like this kind of struck home for you. We're not, with AI around nowadays, it makes it even more difficult on us as creators to feel like we're not just robots. We can't just come up with great ideas out of nowhere and just generate something out of the blue. It takes time, it takes feeling, it takes a lot of effort and patience, and ultimately it takes a lot of self-care, reflection and tenderness, right? You can't take care, if you don't take care of yourself and you try to make something amazing, I mean, you might as well just give up, right? I've gone through this whole rigmarole in my head so many times, you know what I mean? And like I said, I know you guys have as well. And ultimately, I just hope that this video inspires you to create more, really. And hopefully, it helps you with your feeling of, feeling lost and overwhelmed. I feel like I get caught up in my head. I'm lost and overwhelmed almost every single day of my life. No matter what I'm doing, I feel like I just have to make it right, make it correct. I take so many retakes for my videos. Even for this intro, for this video, like the beginning, I've taken so many retakes because it's just not how I want it to be. And another thing about that too is I posted my last video about perfection, right? Funnily enough, it was about perfection, not to go look for it like I mentioned. And sorry if you guys see that I'm sweaty, like the AC's off, the battery's dead in my truck right now. It's just like getting really hot in here. Shoot. So as I mentioned before, the video about perfection, I really don't even like that video. It bothers me. And when I showed it to my wife, she said it was good. She liked it. And it's not the worst thing, but I just really don't like it myself. But I just had to post it. You know what I mean? I don't want to get caught up in my head. But I realized that I didn't try too hard in that video. And that's the main thing that kind of bothered me about it. I feel like I didn't do enough. I could have done more. Could have made it better. And I do believe that's true in some degree, but ultimately there's no real reason to put so much pressure on myself about that. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be exactly how I want it to be. Could I have done more? Yes. But this is the beginning of my channel. This is just the beginning. I'm going to make plenty more videos, and things are just going to get better and better from here. And that's just what I have to keep in mind. And I really highly recommend that y'all keep that in mind as well. You make mistakes. You go back and you see your mistakes, and you note it down so you can implement it next time. That's the whole point about being a creator. That's the whole point about being someone who makes things, is that you do what you think is best, and then when you go back on your work, you see the imperfections and you work on those areas. Bit by bit. It's a stepping stone type thing. And we all know this. So don't put so much pressure on yourself about it. So if you guys get stuck in that loop, trust me, you're not alone. I get this way every single day. Every single video I do, really. Every single one. There's a lot of things I'm trying to work on for these videos. A lot of things I know I can improve on. And ultimately, that's what's driving me. That's what's exciting for it. Or that's what's exciting about it for me. And really, I think that's what gives it character. I see a lot of YouTubers. I look up a lot of YouTubers for reference material, for things that I can take inspiration from. And a lot of them have this same kind of mindset as well. They have a lot of videos that they talk about that they don't even post. I do as well. I have other videos I haven't posted at all. or just ones I have completely just deleted and just gotten rid of. I'm like, they aren't good, you know. They'll have scripts like this video where it's scripted, but they talk about how they feel, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stay on track, but be true to myself at the same time. So I'm done pretty much rambling on about all this stuff. You know, I tend to ramble quite a bit, if you guys haven't noticed. But if any of this resonated with y'all, if y'all don't agree with it even, let me know down in the comment section below. I want to see what you guys think. I want to create a discussion and get involved with y'all. I want to see what you guys think about everything. But if you guys want me to talk about anything in particular, also let me know about that. You know, there's only so much I feel like I can come up with. Like it takes me a while to really like sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this. This is a good idea. I'll talk about that. You know what I mean? It takes me some time. And so I'm really excited to see what you guys are curious about hearing about, what I think, you know, what my opinions are and perspectives are about things. Like, you know, if you create like, if you guys want to know what my process is about how I make these videos, or how I come up with ideas, or anything like that, let me know down in the comment section. I really do want to hear about it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this niche that I'm in, this kind of like area that I'm in on YouTube, is a bit unique. I don't think I've ever heard anybody really being in my particular kind of niche. Like, I don't do my videos the same way that everybody else does, I think. And I'm just kind of curious, like, have y'all seen anybody do similar stuff to this? Like, I've watched videos, like I said, that I take inspiration from, that do things similar to this, like talking about, you know, my thoughts and perspectives and stuff, and how to do this and how to do that, and just giving advice about things. But nothing in regards to like more of like a darker aesthetic, more of like a darker feel. Maybe it doesn't come across in my videos like I think it does, but that's really what I'm trying to hit, is like that dark feeling when you look at my videos, as well as the topics I'm talking about. I try to do more like deeper subjects like this, where it's more philosophical maybe. Yeah, I'm still in the works of really just trying to figure everything out, but it's really exciting. I feel like I'm kind of trying different things, trying to do different things. So I'm hoping y'all are enjoying. I'm really happy that I get to take you guys along with this. At the end of the day, like I said, just to summarize everything, don't pressure yourself. You know, let yourself innovate. Let yourself like wander. Let yourself, you know, go through the motions, the good and the bad. Like, it's going to happen. So don't just like put unnecessary amounts of stress and pressure on yourself, because then you hit that wall, right? So that's all I really wanted to let y'all know about. Like, if you ever feel lost or overwhelmed, just try to give yourself that space. Let yourself relax. You deserve it. You know what I mean? You work hard. The reason why you're stressing is because you care so much. So if you're hitting that block, like, that's just your sign to give yourself a break, you know, just for a minute. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe for me, please. And with that being said, I want to thank y'all for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.